What's going on, YouTube? Thomas here. Now, since there's loads of movies opening in December, I decided to do a top 10 list of my 10 anticipated movies of December. Because December looks pretty packed with films. So, with that being said, here's my anticipated December list. Alright. Coming in at number 10 will be the film The Mule. Now, this movie is directed by Clint Eastwood, and Clint Eastwood also stars in the film. Now, in the film, Clint Eastwood plays a 90-something-year-old drug mule who's facing foreclosure on his business, and so he takes up a job as a drug carrier for the Mexican drug cartel. So he could get easy money. And now the film has a pretty solid cast. I mean, it features people like Thaisa Farmiga, Bradley Cooper, Michael Pena, Lawrence Fishburne, Andy Garcia, and it's based on a true story. That's pretty interesting as well. Now, I don't really know much about the true story aspect of this or anything like that, but I gotta say the trailer that got released looked pretty cool. I mean, it didn't really show us much, but you know what? I'm okay with them not showing hardly anything. I'm just happy to see Clint Eastwood back on screen. I mean, the guy is a living legend. He's been in the game for years. I mean, whether you talk about Dirty Harry or his major directing stuff like American Sniper and loads of others. But yeah, I'm looking forward to check out the Mule. I mean, it looks like it could be an Oscar contender. And of course, Clint Eastwood's last film was that 1517 to Paris. That didn't get good critic response. So hopefully this movie will end up getting better critic response than that did. But we'll have to wait and see. Coming in at number 9 is the film Ben is Back. Now, this movie stars the likes of Lucas Hedges, Julia Roberts, the great Courtney B. Vance is in this. And in this, Lucas Hedges plays a 19-year-old named Ben Burns who, returns home to his family's suburban home on Christmas Eve. And his mother is played by Julia Roberts, and she's, relieved that her son is home, but she's also worried because of his, drug addiction. And you can see in the trailer that her character is, hiding drugs because she don't want her son to relapse or anything like that. And I mean, she's trying to keep everything in her power to, keep her son clean, and it actually looks fantastic. It's directed by Peter Hedges, who also directed that Steve Carell movie Dan in Real Life. You also have the film looks like it could also be an Oscar contender. Of course, Julia Roberts has an Oscar on her mantle. I believe she won for Aaron Brockovich. She's a world class, so I'm glad to see her back on screen. Lucas Hedges is actually becoming one of my favorite up and comers. I mean, this is an interesting couple of months for him. I mean, in October he had mid-90s. Last month he had Boy and Race, and now he has Ben is Back. I mean, I'm glad to see his career taken off ever since his Oscar-nominated turn in Manchester by the Sea. Since then, he's been in other stuff like Lady Bird, 3 Billboards. I mean, he's also playing Shia LaBeouf in a film called, I think the name is Honey Boy. I'm actually looking forward to see him as Shia LaBeouf, by the way. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to check out this Ben is Back film. Now the movie, opens on December 7th, so pretty much it pretty much opens this week. So, all right, coming in at number 8 will be the film If Beale Street Could Talk. Now, this movie is directed by Moonlight director Barry Jenkins, And it stars the likes of Kiki Lane, Stephen James. Who else is in this? Oh yeah, Regina King is in this. Oh, and by the way, Regina King is actually winning lots of awards for this. I mean, I think it's the New York Film Circuit Awards where she actually won for Best Supporting Actress. I'm pretty sure she's gonna be next year's Oscar winner. I guarantee you. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I can't really comment much. But with her winning lots of awards and getting nominated, I'm saying right now she's gonna win for this. And I gotta say, the movie actually looks really good. It's nice to see Barry Jenkins do another film since the Oscar-winning Moonlight. And I mean, the film is also directed by. The film is based on is based on a book by James Baldwin. I never read the book, so I can't really comment much on the book or anything. But all I know is I think this looks like it could be pretty good. Definitely a major Oscar contender. Maybe an Oscar win. I mean, Moonlight won, so maybe it could repeat. All right. Coming in at number 7 will be Once Upon a Deadpool. Now, this is actually the PG-13 rated cut of Deadpool 2, but they added a few newer scenes like the Fred Savage stuff. The one with the old people sitting on the bench and and Deadpool mistakes the old man for the character in Up. That's actually pretty funny to see. Now I'm gonna say up front. I mean, a PG-13 rated Deadpool just doesn't really sit right with me because I'm at Deadpool as rated R is just much better to me. But I'm really curious to see how this Once Upon a Deadpool turns out. The trailer had me laughing. I mean, it was a pretty funny trailer. So yeah, I can't wait to check see what Ryan Reynolds and company has in store for this. I think it could be something pretty good. So yeah. All right. Coming in at number 6 will be Vice. Now, this movie is based on former Vice President Dick Cheney, and it stars Christian Bale as the role of Dick Cheney. You also have Sam Rockwell as George W. Bush. Oh, and to change subject here, while I'm on the subject of George W. Bush, I just want to say rest in peace to his father and former President George H.W. Bush, R.I.P. So anyway, yeah, I gotta say, Vice, it looks wonderful. I mean, it looks really funny. I mean, a film like this should be funny. It's pretty interesting. Yet again, it's directed by Adam McKay, who's more of a comedy director. I mean, Adam McKay directed stuff like Step Brothers, Anchorman, and he also did The Big Short, which had some comedy in it too. But Vice, it looks really amazing. And Christian Bale, I mean, the guy really knows how do very good with makeup and prosthetics, and he literally doesn't. I mean, he does not look like Batman in this movie. Let me just say that. So yeah, I can't wait to see Vice. Now, this movie could also easily end up being an Oscar contender as well. So, coming in at number 5 will be Bumblebee. Now, this movie is actually directed by Travis Knight, who also, by the way, did that film Kubo and the Two Strings. I almost forgot the name of that film at first, but Kubo is amazing, and the film is not directed by Michael Bay. Let me throw that out there. But Bumblebee, the trailers I thought was pretty decent. Now, of course, I actually did like the first 4 Transformers movies. The Last Night one, that on the other hand, was just garbage. But this new Transformers movie looks like it's going to be on the right path, and if it does well, maybe we'll see more Transformers movies in this universe than the Michael Bay universe. That has to wait and see, but Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see this Bumblebee film. Plus, it has Haley Steinfeld, who I think is a tremendous actress. John Cena is awesome. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to check out this Bumblebee film. All right, coming in at number 4 will be Welcome to Marlin. Now, this film is directed by Back to the Future director Robert Zemeckis and stars Steve Carell as well as the likes of Leslie Mann, Aiza Gonzalez, Janelle Monáe. Really solid cast. And I gotta say, the trailers for this have looked spectacular. I mean, there's like some the dolls that's featured in this looks really darn cool. And like I said, the cast looks good. I mean, this looks pretty original too. So I can't wait to see how this movie unfolds. And also, it's directed by Zemeckis, and I'm a big fan of that guy. Zemeckis is one of my favorite directors because, of course, he directed some of my favorite films like Forrest Gump, Back to the Future. So I'm glad to see him back. All right. Coming in at number 3 is Mary Poppins Returns. The trailers for this have looked pretty good. Emily Blunt looks amazing as the role of Mary Poppins. You even have original Mary Poppins star Dick Van Dyke is in this. Lin-Manuel Miranda, for all you Hamilton fans, is featured in this. You even had Paddington himself, Ben Whishaw, Emily Mortimer, good cast. Oh, and Meryl Streep, not to mention. It's of course directed by Rob Marshall, who's pretty good when it comes to musicals. This looks really cute and charming. Now the original Mary Poppins, that's a classic. So I'm kind of glad they're doing a follow up instead of just like a straight up remake. And the cartoons here actually look cool as well. I mean, it's looks completely like hand drawn. I mean, they're not using like 2D animation or anything. It looks literally hand drawn. So that's pretty cool to see. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to check out Mary Poppins Returns and see how that one does. All right. Coming in at number 2 is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Now, this movie is getting loads of good reviews. As we speak now, it has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Wow. I expect this movie to do well with critics, but I didn't expect it to do that well. Of course, it could easily go down by the time the film's released. That has to be waiting and see, but Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, it looks really funny and looks cute, charming. It's pretty cool seeing a new Spider-Man other than just Peter Parker. And who knows, if this does well, maybe we'll see Miles Morales in live action form in the future. That would be pretty cool to see. I think that's why they're doing this. I believe that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is a test to see how Miles Morales does, with other people. I mean, because let's be for real, not hardly anyone knows who Miles Morales is. When you say Spider-Man, people are just gonna say Peter Parker. Like lots of people don't know who Miles Morales is. So I'm just thinking this is just mainly a test to see how he does with audience. Then if Miles Morales is good with audience members, then maybe they'll have a Miles Morales in live action form. That's just my assumption of this. But overall, I think Into the Spider Verse to me it looks fantastic. So I cannot wait to see how good this film is when it comes out. All right, coming in at number 1, it's no shocker. It's in my thumbnail. My number 1 anticipated movie of December is Aquaman. Aquaman looks amazing. The visuals look stunning. Jason Momoa as Aquaman looks just amazing. Of course, he was really good in Justice League. I mean, even if you didn't like Justice League, you can't deny how good Jason Momoa was as Aquaman. And the underwater scenes here looks magnificent. To me, it looks like Game of Thrones underwater. I'm just saying that right now. Oh, and not to mention the villain, Black Manta looks pretty cool. Patrick Wilson's in this, and it's directed by James Wan, who also did Conjuring and various other films. So that gets me excited. Yeah, I can't wait to see how good Aquaman does, especially since it's opening on the 21st. I mean, the 21st, that looks nuts. I mean, for one, it opens 2 days after Mary Poppins returns, but it opens against Bumblebee, Welcome to Marwan, and Vice, a few others. That's a def window right there. So it'll be interesting how some of these will fare off, but a little skeptical about the release date. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my 10 anticipated movies of December. Let me do the quick rundown. 10, The Mule. 9, Ben is Back. 8, If Beale Street Could Talk. 7, Once Upon a Deadpool. 6, Vice. 5, Bumblebee. 4, Welcome to Marwan. 3, Mary Poppins Returns. 2, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. 1, Aquaman. Now, there's a few other ones I could have added. I gotta admit, I'm actually really looking forward for Holmes and Watson, the Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly film. But I mean, the trailer didn't blew me away or anything, which is kind of why it's not in my list. Let's see. Vox Lux, the new film with Natalie Portman, actually looks really good. Mary Queen of Scots looks like it could be pretty good. Second Act with Jennifer Lopez could probably be pretty cute and charming. As well as Destroyer with Nicole Kidman. And if you want to talk Netflix, there's Roma, which is coming to Netflix in December. A few other interesting looking stuff. But let me leave it to you guys. What films are you looking forward to check out in December? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Thomas L. signing off.